It gives me great pleasure to talk to you about smart tourism, real-time marketing and Nowness, and ambient tourism. This is the cutting-edge research we're doing in Bournemouth University, and I'm engaging a whole range of different partners around the world in understanding how those things will shape the future of tourism towards 2030. When you look into what's happening, consumers primarily drive for technological developments in tourism. The reason for doing that is that because they would like personalized, contextualized, and individualized experience based on their own requirements. They need that before they travel, during they travel, and after they travel. And that enables us to create specialized experiences for their particular needs. Critically, they are driving for instant gratification, and that's why real time is one of the most important issues that we'll see in the future. Now, when you're looking into what technological developments are changing around the tourism ecosystem around the world, you see that there's a whole range of disruptions at the micro level and at the macro level. Those disruptions are bringing a new ecosystem in the marketplace that will support us developing value for all the stakeholders that are out there. When you look at the technological developments, networking primarily that's bringing new opportunities. 5G in particular will enable fast speed of mobile communications. You'll have RFID, you'll have artificial intelligence, mobile and wearables, you'll have got applications, cryptos and blockchains. All of those things bringing a range of new things that we have never seen before in tourism. This will bring a range of innovations, and they'll bring smart environments and cybersecurity and gamification, as well as data protection, as the innovations that they'll be driving in the future. When you see how suppliers are going to connect with the consumers, they'll come together in the marketplace and they'll use a whole range of different location-based services to understand what is the particular context in that particular moment and provide individualized and personalized experiences. We'll have also virtual reality and augmented reality coming together to support consumers and interaction in the marketplace, and increasingly you'll see autonomous vehicles and autonomous devices that will engage in service provision. Smartness takes advantage of interconnectivity and interoperability of integrated technologies to re-engineer process and data in order to produce innovative services, products and procedures towards maximizing value for all stakeholders. It's critical to understand that smartness is about networks. It's not about individual organizations. And networks will be here to re-engineer all the development of products, actions, processes and services in real time and engage with all the stakeholders to optimize collective performance and competitiveness through an agile system that adds value to everybody involved. Smartness takes advantage of interoperability and interconnectivity of networks, brings together the Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything. It brings sensors and beacons and takes advantage of big data and data analytics through artificial intelligence, social media, Web 2 and user-generated content, as well as the whole technological enablers that can enable us to co-create value and support experiences for the stakeholders in the marketplace. Recently I was in Seoul in Korea and I was looking at the TAPI system that's controlling the whole city. It was very interesting to see how they bring information in from different areas and how they engage with this information to maximize the control of the city. 35,000 cameras are sending them feed into this center, and they can arrange a whole range of different things to make sure that the value that's created is appropriate. They also have a range of alert systems where things may be like tsunamis or earthquakes or any emergency situation can be alerted, and they can concentrate their response immediately to those areas affected. That is increasing their resilience. This is a much more everyday example where it's a bus lane and a bus line that is being constantly monitored and evaluated. So they know how many people are on each bus, whether the bus is very crowded, whether the bus is delayed, and they take actions accordingly to change the bus line and perhaps provide additional services if this is required. We're going towards a context-based tourism where we take advantage of nowness and real time. And we've been talking about Socomo for a while, and Socomo is really looking to the social media, the context, and the mobile bring together all the elements of the tourism industry. On the one side, you have got internal context in terms of the tasks and the purpose of how someone is traveling. Who are they traveling with? Are they familiar with the area? What kind of interest do they have? What kind of emotional status they've got? Goals and likes, preferences, disabilities, allergies, anything that's particularly affecting the individual. On the other side, you've got the external context in terms of location, weather, social environment, season and time, political situations, traffic, emergencies, air pressure, light, and everything that's on the external environment. Bring those things together, enable us to maximize the value that's being co-created for consumers. In order to do that, we need sensors, and the sensors are collecting information from wherever those information, where this information is, and perhaps it can give us information about the lighting right now, the temperature, whether the traffic, and a whole range of other information that enable us to understand the external context. Increasingly, wearables will provide us information about the internal context and make us understand who is in the area and what they feel like and how do they engage with their environment. And perhaps that will give us more information in real time. Social media is enabling us to understand what is the mood of the place, what is happening right now, and also segments. How are the different segments operating in this particular location? So we can collect information, we can process information, analyze them, and then create value as a result of that. This is the Conversation Prism by Brian Solis. And Brian says that you can collect information on whatever social media platform you have online. And when you're looking at all the different information, you can analyze, you can listen, engage, learn, and co-create. So you listen to what the conversations are like, you engage in this conversation, you learn from the conversation, and you co-create. You being you as an individual, but you being also the brand that may actually benefit from this conversation. Beacons are providing this information, so they're sending the information out to different individuals through a range of different devices. And then what you have is you have got on the one side, you've got the smart tourism framework, which brings the information that's coming from tourism suppliers, going all the way to the cloud on the technology, being analyzed through artificial intelligence and machine learning through value aggregators. And this is coming as a storm of value back to consumers, where the consumers enjoy, and the other stakeholders, they enjoy the benefits. And then that comes as a feedback back to the tourism suppliers. It's all about that particular magic moment when this personalized experience is being co-created between the tourism employees on the one side and the tourism consumers on the other side, when they bring the marketplace and they've got these personal encounters where they can maximize their benefits from the interaction. Marriott is doing that by using the M Live studios, which are 5 studios around the world. They operate 24/7, and they provide all the information to the Marriott managers to understand what's happening in the geofenced area nearby a Marriott property, and react with the best possible action in that particular moment. Smartness is not about technology. Technology is one of the things that we're using with the Internet of Things, the ambient intelligence and interoperability, the cloud, and the big data. But also it needs people, it needs the human capital to come along, the social capital, the knowledge management to bring together through leadership to maximize the value by bringing together the economic actors, the socio-cultural actors, and the technological actors to develop the ecosystem and co-create value within the ecosystem. This will bring a range of smart innovations like smart mobility, smart governance, smart economy, smart people, smart living, smart environment, and smart tourism will be as a result of that. Increasingly, we're looking at the real time, and the real time is about understanding the timing and understanding that this is the particular time now is the time that we are looking at. And this is based on location-based information services. It's based on mentions, it's based on hashtags, based on sentiment analysis to understand what's the sentiment of a place, trending topics, keyword tracking, and competitors. All of those things are coming together to enable us to understand what are the needs and wants and expectations of the different stakeholders and provide information on what's near me, any recommendations, it doesn't work, terrible service. All those things are interactions that you can have. And you interact with consumers through digital touchpoints to provide this information, to engage in this dialogue. Increasingly, real-time service and instant gratification will be the third competitive advantage, source of competitive advantage in the marketplace. So Nowness is going to drive instant gratification, and this will actually address authentic engagement, service recovery, customer service, online reputation, social presence, and a whole range of other co-creation elements. And that will be the third source of competitive advantage after price and differentiation. We believe that Nowness will be absolutely critical because understanding the needs of the customers now will be absolutely influential in how you can address those. When you're looking to the smart solutions that are coming in the marketplace, you'll see a lot of issues that they are related to the sharing economy, autonomous vehicles and drones, artificial intelligence, big data management, and real-time management. And all that will be driven by ambient intelligence. Ambient intelligence introduces all the smart systems to everyday environments, propelling interconnectivity and interoperability of all the systems, vehicles and devices, through the Internet of Everything. We'll have technological developments like artificial intelligence and machine learning coming together to create ambient connectivity through Wi-Fi and 5G, and that will enable more autonomous vehicles and robotics coming together through interconnected environments and marketplaces. Imagine a situation where everything on the street speaks to each other, and imagine that you've got cars, drones, robots, they're all engaging in real-time conversation to maximize the value that's being created. This is what we call the ambient intelligence tourism, where the stakeholders are right in the middle, consumers, locals, residents, businesses, all of those stakeholders are right in the middle, maximizing the value. And then you've got the Internet of Things and the Internet of Everything, 5G, RFID, mobile devices, smartphones and wearables, applications, cryptocurrency, blockchains, sensors and beacons, pervasive computing, gamification, artificial intelligence, machine learning, all of those things working together to address the customer in that particular moment, in that particular context, in that particular situation, for that particular individual to co-create value. Now, technology is not about smartness is not about technology. Smartness is much more than that. And my favorite example is that from the Hangzhou Blossom Water Museum Hotel in China, where the chambermaid offered me candies because I was speaking in a conference and she wanted to protect my throat. This is absolutely wonderful, smart, agile example that doesn't use technology. I realize that I've covered a lot of areas in this short talk, but this is the publications that you can see, and you can see how these developments are coming forward, and you can see the research that's behind that. Have a look on buhalis.com/publication where you can see all these publications online. Thank you very much. Stay in touch. Goodbye.